planning for sustainable long-term, we can't keep acting. That was the thing I was going to say. We can't keep acting in a short-term way. We can't set a fabulous New Year's goal because it makes us feel good and then have no plan for achieving it.
Yeah.
Short-term fixes fail in life. That's it. Because we're sucked into the anxiety raised by, I didn't do enough, so I better set something really good, so I feel really good. Phew. That's just feeding the addiction, the neural net around, I am not going to rise above this. I'm just going to stay connected and addicted to getting out of the anxiety, out of the anxiety, out of the anxiety. We just end up this hamster game. I'm coaching someone with like that at the moment. Just this hamster wheel they're on. Just stop with the addiction. Just pause. They don't know how to be with themselves. So they don't know how to just be and sit with the fact, this is causing me a lot of anxiety. Stop. Let's just stay with it. No, I need to go conquer something. So I think a lot of people set goals just to get themselves out of anxiety rather than how they want to be in a year's time. So put aside what we feel now, the fear of failure, that the year won't be that great, and set the goal that you're going to love at the end of the year, that you know you can take the steps to learn how to achieve. That's really key. This short-term, long-term, that's the key to TCI. You know I've been playing the long game since the day you met me. I play the long game. I'm not playing the I've got to win now. I do play the I've got to win now. But it's not the game I'm playing. Aiming to do really well right now helps the long-term vision. You want to know how to write a book? Write 5 pages to 10 pages a day. Same principle with this. It's what you do every day consistently that will get you to the January feeling you want. It is not the big move you make today or the grand gesture.
Yeah, which a lot of people are, I want that.
No.
So now I'd love to, in the last 10 minutes, ask you questions about benchmarking. Because I think this
well done.
Yes. This is such an important part of it. We spoke about this a lot in the Business Skills 2 training, and everyone absolutely loved it. We broke down lead and lag measurements.
Right.
So before we go into that detail, why benchmark and what's so important about it? I guess it's nearly a no-brainer answer, but I think it's important to talk
Thank
about.
you for the lovely, easy question.
Yeah.
Well, I believe in business, what we measure, we care about. What we don't measure, we don't care about. So it's really simple. So if someone says to me, we're really going for blah, show me how you're measuring it. Yeah. Well, we're not. Then you're not really for real. What I would go further, what we measure publicly, we really mean. I'm not that big a fan of secret benchmarks. So a benchmark is, so there's 2 versions of benchmarks. There's the process benchmark and the outcome benchmark. So the outcome benchmark is the lag measure. It's we achieved X number of sales. That's a major benchmark, or a KPI, a key performance indicator. Don't really mind how you language it, we use benchmarks. Then there's process benchmarks. I know you know all this, which is all the steps along the way. Let's say there's 5 steps to a sales process, which there basically is. There's the initial lead comes in, how it's handled, how the first phone call's handled, how the email after the first phone call's handled, how the second call is handled. It's basically 5 steps. Each of those get benchmarked. So how many people do I contact within 24 hours when they inquire with me? That's a benchmark. And I've got to hit that benchmark. How many great first conversations do I have? Benchmark. How many people respond to my emails or texts after the first phone call? Benchmark. And I just benchmarked all of it. And so the 2 benchmarks to me are telling me everything about how someone cares about or doesn't know how to care about their responsibility.